What's the most unforgettable thing your mom did for you? When I was 14, I found out my best friend was being abused at home, but no one believed her. We'd been inseparable since 3rd grade. Layla always came to school with a smile, but sometimes I noticed bruises she'd try to hide. One Friday at lunch, she broke down and told me her stepdad had been hitting her for years. Her mom didn't believe her, saying she was just seeking attention. When Layla showed a teacher the marks on her arm, her stepdad convinced everyone she was trouble and did it to herself. That night, I couldn't sleep. I had to tell my mom, but was terrified of betraying Layla's trust. Around midnight, Mom found me crying in the bathroom. She sat beside me on the cold tile floor and waited until I was ready to talk. When I finally told her everything, she didn't dismiss it or say it wasn't our problem. She just nodded and said, "Show me a picture of Layla." I pulled up a photo from my phone, and Mom studied it carefully. The next morning at 7 a.m., Mom woke me up. "Get dressed," she said. We drove to the grocery store near Layla's apartment complex. Mom bought a cheap notebook and pen, then parked across from Layla's building. "We're going to record when she comes and goes, what she's wearing, and any visible marks." For 2 weeks straight, Mom took off work early. We sat in that car, documenting everything. Sometimes Layla would come out with her mom looking normal, but when she was alone, she moved differently, hunched over, limping slightly. On day 9, we saw it. Layla came out wearing a tank top despite the cool weather, and there were clear handprint bruises on her upper arm. Mom took photos with her zoom lens. That weekend, Mom invited Layla for a sleepover. While they baked cookies, Mom casually asked about her home life. Layla, feeling safe with my mom, opened up a little. Mom recorded the conversation on her phone. The real shock came Monday morning. Mom called in sick to work, dropped me at school, and disappeared. When I got home, our living room was filled with 3 social workers, a police officer, and a woman she introduced as her friend from law school. "We're meeting with Layla and her mother tomorrow," she told me. "I filed a formal complaint with CPS with enough evidence that they can't ignore it." The next day, Mom took me with her to the meeting. Layla's mom started yelling the moment she saw us, calling us liars and threatening to sue. Then Mom pulled out a thick folder. "In this file," she said calmly, "are 14 days of documented evidence, photographs of injuries, recordings of Layla describing the abuse, and statements from 3 of her classmates who've noticed the signs. My friend here," she nodded to the lawyer, "has already filed a petition for emergency removal." Layla's mom went pale. The social worker stepped in and explained that Layla would be temporarily placed in care while they investigated. "She can stay with us," my mom said, looking directly at Layla, whose eyes filled with tears. The investigation took 3 months. Layla's stepdad was arrested and charged. Her mom, after initially defending him, finally admitted she'd known about the abuse, but was too afraid to leave. Layla stayed with us for nearly a year until her mom completed therapy and parenting classes. Even after she moved back home, she spent most weekends at our house. Last month at Layla's college graduation, she thanked my mom in her speech, calling her the woman who taught me what a mother's love really means. When we got home that night, I asked Mom why she went so far for someone else's child. She looked at me for a long moment before answering. "Because 30 years ago, I was Layla, and no one believed me either. Every time someone asks me where I get my strength from, I just say, I get it from my mother. But how about you?"